Welcome back to part 2 of our interactive culinary series, Ho'opai. Once again, my name is Chef Kevin Lee from PAI Honolulu. In this week's culinary kit, we have a Chinese-inspired menu. For your entree, crispy skin, slow roasted, 5-spice pork belly, and a potato gratin with roasted garlic and Chinese mustard. We also have our dry roasted long beans with house XO sauce, a nice chilled cucumber and jellyfish salad, toasted peanuts, sesame seeds, and Szechuan peppercorn. And for dessert, a Chinese chiffon fruit oat cake with a green tea or matcha cream and fresh fruit. Before we get started, a few items that you'll need in order to get started for your meal. You'll need 2 small baking sheets, ideally on the smaller side, lined with either parchment paper or foil, just to prevent sticking. You also need a small saute pan, about 6 or 8 inches. Basically a small little frying pan. So you need a spatula and a serving spoon. Okay, so to start, we take our small to medium sized fry pan, get it warmed up to about medium to medium high heat. As it's warming, we're going to take a little bit of vegetable oil and use canola oil, safflower oil, just anything that's neutral. So as the oil comes up in temperature, we're going to check the oil temperature by taking the skin and lightly rubbing it against the bottom of the fry pan. If the skin begins to stick to the pan, that means the oil is not hot enough. As we place the pork belly skin side down into the hot pan, be cautious of oil popping because of residual water evaporating out of the skin. If you see that the skin is cooking unevenly, use your fingertips and push down on the meat so the skin comes in contact with the hot oil and the frying pan. Once the pork belly skin is nice and crispy, we're going to transfer that to a baking tray lined with parchment or foil, making sure that the skin is right side up or facing upwards. We're also going to add to that same tray our potato gratin. This tray will go into a preheated 350-degree oven for approximately 10 minutes. While the pork belly and potato gratin are rewarming in the oven, we're going to transfer the XO long beans to a baking tray, also lined with parchment paper or aluminum foil. The long beans do not take as long to cook as the pork belly and the potato, so the last 3 or 4 minutes of baking, you can add the long beans into the oven. So for those of you who aren't familiar with XO sauce, XO is a spicy southern Chinese condiment originating in Hong Kong. The name is based after XO cognac, even though there's no actual alcohol incorporated inside of it. It's kind of named after the cognac because of all its luxurious ingredients. In our XO sauce, we have dried shrimp, dried scallops, bacon, house-made lobchong, and dried abalone. Of course, a little bit of chilies for heat, and Szechuan peppercorn. Now that both trays are out of the oven, the potato gratin, the crispy skin pork belly, and the XO long beans are reheated. I'm going to use a spatula, remove the potato, place it onto the plate. Take our slow roasted pork belly. Our So long beans. Thanks again for joining us for part 2 of our culinary series featuring a Chinese-inspired menu. Make sure to join us next week for part 3, celebrating Memorial Day with a build-your-own